Oh, hello there. Go forth and dream. Hi, Tiffany from Bookish Bells here, and I'm going to review Just Listen by Sarah Dessen in a moment. First, I went to a used book sale today, or bookshop, whatever, and I got Kiss of Death by Rachel Kane, one of the Morgan Vampire books I didn't own. And they also had Lord of Misrule, but I thought I owned that, which I didn't, and now I'm sad. And Sea of Monsters and Titan's Curse from Percy Jackson. So that's exciting. I love the Percy Jackson series. So little miniature book haul. 3 little books there I got for free. So a friend of mine in college lent me a boatload of Sarah Dessen books to educate me on Sarah Dessen, I guess, because one of my videos I said I didn't know much. So she was like, read these giant stack of books, and I was like, thank you. So to start myself on this Sarah Dessen journey, road trip, educational thing, I read Just Listen. The only Sarah Dessen book I've ever read was this lullaby, because I got it for free at a youth book sale, and I liked it. So I started with this one and the giant stack of books she gave me, because someone, an anon on Tumblr, told me Remy and Dexter showed up in it. So I picked this up and I was like, alright, show me what you got, Sarah. I loved this book. At first, I mean, it was like 82 pages of backstory, but after that, I really liked it. One thing is, I hated Sophie. I'm sure we're supposed to hate Sophie, but it's just something I've noticed in a lot of the young adult novels I've read lately. They all have this horrible, bitchy best friend who cuts them down constantly. It was in The Unwritten Rule by Elizabeth Scott. Sometimes It Happens. It was in Past Perfect. It's in a great number of these young adult novels is bitchy best friend who makes you feel like shit. And this didn't disappoint. But I like it because there is no resolution with Sophie. So that's really, really cool. Okay. It's about Annabelle Green. She's the youngest child. She's a model. Her older sister Whitney has an eating disorder, and her older sister Kristen lives in New York. So this traumatic event happened to her before summer, and she had a falling out with her best friend Sophie. I'm not going to talk about really the traumatic event. I don't want to spoil that. But it was handled really, really well. It spelled it out enough in the beginning for you to kind of know what happened, and it doesn't reveal until towards like the very end, like chapter 17 maybe, what actually transpired that night. But I gotta say, I really liked how that was handled. But of course, I have to talk about my favorite thing in this book, which was Owen. Owen was such a lovely love interest. Completely took my heart. I guess the same way Dexter did. I guess I'm just going to start swooning over Sarah Dessen men now. I don't know. I've never heard anything about them before, but Owen was cool. One thing about Owen is I always pictured him in a leather jacket, which made for some humorous incidents where it would be like, Owen was in a red t-shirt, leather jacket, or Owen was in a blue jacket. I think you mean leather jacket. And at one point, Owen gives Annabelle his jacket, and still in my head, he was wearing a leather jacket, and then I had to step back and be like, Tiffany, he's not wearing a leather jacket under his leather jacket, and never once has it ever told you he was wearing a leather jacket. Get this out of your mind. I loved the progression of Annabelle and Owen's relationship. I thought it was just the cutest, the absolute adorbs there. So, little Lydia Bennett in there for you. But I loved it. One thing though that I wish I'd had a clearer answer was the CD intentionally blank? Did he just forget he left it blank? Was it really a malfunction? Like, I would have liked to know like a definite answer of if he just like forgot. I mean, it was like 2 months ago when he did make 10 CDs. And then, of course, I finally got my answers for this lullaby. I've stated before, I don't like the vague ending of it and how we weren't sure about Remy and Dexter, but I got my answers in Just Listen because they go to a Truth Squad concert, and there is Remy and Dexter, and they're dating, and they're happy, and he can't put the battery in his phone, and it is adorable. I, I loved it. And there's like everyone's there, and they mention spinnerbait. Hate spinnerbait. It was great. And this is something Sarah Dessen does a lot that I've learned. It's this interconnected realities of Sarah Dessen. They're all together and at the same school, and this character's in this and this and this. And I love that. I love when people do that, like novels connected. It's like in the Princess Diaries where Mia mentions the girl who saved the president's life, and it's like, oh, that's an all-American girl. Connections. I love that. So I'm really, really excited to like get deeper in my stack of Sarah Dessen novels because I love books that connect like that. I love it, I love it, I love it. Overall, I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads. My review just said amazing, because it was. I was invested, it was a quick read, it was really good to move me from my Clockwork Princess slump that I've been in for a couple days. So there you go. Reads Just Listen by Sarah Dessen because it's amazing. So I was flipping through it when I was reading it when I was reading it. And like I said, I borrowed this from a friend, and I think she wanted me to know that she likes Rolly. I don't know. I think when I got to this part, she wanted to make sure I knew that.